For this night I pray that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day where I'm ribboned in the sky for our love. If allowed, may I touch your hand and please, may I once again show you to understand that a ribbon in the sky for our love. Love. So as a disclaimer, I will be doing some name dropping tonight, so I apologize in advance. Anyway, Stevie Wonder, he was a guest at our wedding. Chris and I got married. He was just there as a guest. He wasn't there to perform, but after I had sung a couple songs on the piano, and the piano was still sitting right there. After a little encouragement from the crowd, Stevie gets up there on the piano, and he performed an impromptu version of that song, Ribbon in the Sky, one that I had been singing at talent shows since I was like 14 or 15 years old. Now Stevie Wonder's my friend, and he's singing it at our wedding. That was pretty cool. Anyway, back to my story. Graduated high school at 16 years old. I was number 2 in my class, and I got accepted into some great schools. And I decided to go to the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia. I get the pen, and it's quite a culture shock for me. I had never even been on a plane before I visited school my senior year in high school. And on top of that, I'm 2 years younger than everybody, from a small town in the Midwest, poorer than everybody, black in a majority white school. There were all these reasons I had to feel like I was an outsider. But shy as I was, the one thing I knew was that I could sing and play. Music was my way of introducing myself to people. It was my icebreaker. So I found all kinds of ways to make music in college. I sang in an a cappella group at school, and I was hired to lead the music and direct the choir at a church in Scranton, Pennsylvania, a couple hours north of Philadelphia. You heard of Scranton, the president's from there, Dunder Mifflin, Russell Offers. So I would go up to Scranton on Saturdays. I rehearse with the choir, stay through Sunday morning service, and then drive back to school in Philadelphia. And it was at that church in Scranton that I met a young lady in my choir named Tara Michelle, who happened to be friends with Miss Lauryn Hill. So Miss Hill was working on her solo debut. Everybody was excited, couldn't wait to hear her solo debut, and Tara wanted me to meet her. So one day she said, why don't you drive me over to Lauryn's studio in New Jersey? So we drove to the studios outside of Newark. There we find Miss Hill and some of her collaborators. They're writing a song. And when they were taking a break from writing, my friend said, Johnny, why don't you get on the piano? You gotta play and sing on a couple songs. She needs to hear you. So I sat down at the piano and I guess she liked what she heard because she asked me to play piano on the track they were working on then. You remember Everything Is Everything? Well, that was me on piano on Everything Is Everything. Now, after that session happened, I didn't know if they were going to use the track. I didn't know if they were going to use my piano playing on the track. But a few months later, I get a call from a woman named Suzette Williams. She was an A&R for Miss Lauryn Hill at Columbia Records. And she wanted to know how to spell my name for the album credits. I said, oh, you want to know how to spell my name? I said, it's John R. Stevens. For some reason, I thought I should include my middle initial R. I don't know why I sound more like a lawyer or somebody could do your taxes than a musician. John R. Stevens. But anyway, they asked me, how much you want to get paid, John? I said, I don't know. I called up my friend, he had some experience interning in the music business, interning. And he said, you should ask for $500. Y'all have, I don't know, $500. It's fine. So I call Miss Suzette Williams back and I say, Miss Suzette, I would like $500. She quickly agreed. Quickly. So I got $500, which in retrospect is fine, it's fine. But really, I was so happy to be a part of this album. A couple months later, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill comes out, and it just takes the world by storm. You remember what it was like. She wins all the Grammys, she's on top of the world, and for a while, that was my claim to fame. I told everybody who would listen, I'm on track 13, playing piano on The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Listen to track 13, look at my name in the credits, John R. Stevens, track 13. I said it so much they started calling me track 13. So while all this is going on, my double life was catching up with me. I really wanted to make a living as a musician, and musically, Philly was a great place to be. There'd be open mic nights where you'd see people like Common and D'Angelo and Erykah Badu. Everybody was held down by the Roots as the house band. You'd see Jill Scott, Music Soul Child, Jasmine Sullivan when she was just a teenager. I would be at these jam sessions, sometimes performing, sometimes just observing and getting inspired. And I started to find collaborators who helped me create. But at the same time, I'm like, I do need a day job. I gotta pay back these student loans. I didn't know when this music thing was gonna happen for me. I needed a backup plan. So, I see a lot of my friends applying to management consulting firms, and I decide I'm gonna check it out. And I get hired at the Boston Consulting Group, BCG. Yes, I was a management consultant. You may ask, what do management consultants do? Well, it's hard to explain. There's a lot of bullshit. Driving client value, yes. A lot of PowerPoint presentations, Excel spreadsheets, very sexy work. Perfect preparation for being an R&B singer. But I did not give up on music. After a year at BCG Boston, I transferred to New York. And once I got to New York, things started to move again for me musically. I started to write more and play more at local clubs. I had one of my friends from Penn build my first website. This is the early web, y'all. I should try to find a file to see what it looked like. It was bad, though. My first website was john-stevens.com. Very sexy name. I was selling my CDs off of there. And one of my earliest songs from this period is actually the oldest one that may get lifted. And it's one of the songs that I sang at my wedding. It's a song called Stay With You.
I will stay with you. I'll each morning bring the sunrise and the flowers bloom in springtime.